dock cam up. So it's there, lower right hand corner. And again, I should have started this while I was talking, but I forgot. So, X4 Star Wars Interworlds mod. This is what? Episode 10? So that means I've done at least 9 streams of this. Either 6-hour streams or 8-hour streams. How far into the game am I actually? That's a little bit more than that because I do play off stream too. So that happens. We picked up a what was it? The Victory 2 Star Destroyer back on Saturday. We also picked up. No, we didn't. We didn't pick up any new fighters and stuff. We're using the same group that we had been using with the nebulon-b frigate, and the nebulon-b is now escort frigate is now escorting the Victory 2. It's basically its job is to shoot down fighters and stuff because that's what it's kind of better at. So that's its job. It can also carry fighters too. It's just not as well as the Victory 2. Now I did learn something that the Victory 2 does not rearm the fighters. It can repair the fighters, but it doesn't rearm them unless they're using the exact same missiles that it is. And I don't think. So, I think some of them are. I think the TIE Advances are using the concussion missiles, but the TIE Defenders and the X-Wings don't use the same missiles. They use light proton torpedoes, which the Victory 2 cannot use. I went looking around. That's what I was doing actually earlier this morning. I was flying around trying to see if we get the Victory 2 fitted out with the proton torpedo launchers, but it can't. It only has the concussion missiles. So it kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. What else? Oh, I know I think we discussed this on Saturday. The Providence class combat ship for the CIS, I think it is. We did a comparison, and you can use the encyclopedia in game to compare ships, and we didn't see the Providence in that encyclopedia, and I think it's because it only shows ships that you've actually seen, and so we weren't able to, because people were asking about it on Saturday, and we just weren't able to do a comparison against the Star Destroyer and that kind of stuff because we couldn't see it, because we haven't seen it, so we don't know of its existence. But it does exist. The Providence does exist in the mod. We just have to go find one, I guess. Do I want to? Not really. There's so many people that are falling in love with the Providence for I have no idea. It's just a ship. I mean, it's. I don't think it's that special, but some people do. So anyway, like I said, I'm not sure exactly where it is. I don't think we've been to that area of space necessarily to even see the shipyard that builds it. So even if we could, even if we knew where it, well, even if we knew where it is, I don't think I've been there yet. I might have been, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, but I did get as we'll see as soon as this load is finishing. We've got a scrapyard running, which is a nice little thing. And we'll go over the details when we get that up and running. Found out how that whole process works, and it should work out nicely because where we put the scrapyard is not that far away from where combat happens on a regular basis. So the tugs basically fly out from the station and go pick up scrap, and then they bring it back to the station to get processed to be made into other stuff that we can sell and that kind of thing, or use it for our own stuff too. So anyway, we'll go over the details of that when the loading screen is done. I also have 2 defensive stations built in what is it, Republic space, New Republic space. The reason for that is because we needed 2 of them built in order to get the more military blueprint, or more military stuff, in order to open up more access to the military side of things, like more ships, better weapons, that kind of stuff. So those are built and up and running, and they just did happen about an hour ago or so. So I didn't get a real chance to look at everything, but quick looks. Now I have access to B-1 or the B-wings. The B-wings are bombers, very big bombers. We also have access to most of the Mon Calamari ships. I think the only one we don't have access to is Home 1, which is not a huge deal, but because Home 1 is the biggest ship currently in the mod. How expensive will it be? I don't know. I didn't look at the price. I think it's well over 100 million, I think. Or I think it's 90 something before. I think it's 90 something just for the chassis. So, lots of stuff there. And like I said, we got most of the other Mon Calamari ships are now available. And they're kind of interesting looking. I only took a quick look at them. But we can take a look at them again. So, anyway, almost done loading. Oh, I'm supposed to turn off the music. Because that's not supposed to be playing when the stream is up. Well, I can. It's not going to hurt me, but... Dum dum dum. As soon as the song finishes. There we go. Okay, so almost unloading. So the plan for today. What's the plan for today? We are doing making more money. I think I left off in a sector where there's lots of shit happening. Yeah, I think I'm in the border between the New Republic and the Imperial Ascendancy, which is a spin-off of the Empire. It's basically in the southern end, or southern side of the New Republic, and we're doing stuff for them currently. And that's where we are. Okay, so, happy Tuesday. Where the hell are we? Oh, we are not where I thought I was. I picked the wrong load, I think. That's okay. Not a huge deal. I think we're all set. Okay, so. Yeah, I did not load where I was supposed to. Hey, Sniper, welcome back. So we're currently up in Coruscant. Why are we up here? What was I doing up here? Okay, so this is our current fleet. We've got Scout's Wrath, which is a Victory 2 Star Destroyer, escorted by a nebulon-b frigate. Oh, I'm going to split this guy off into a different group there. Attack with the commander and Gamma group. Just moving some fighters and stuff around. Okay, so current fighter stuff, we've got 4 TIE Advanced that are the interception group for the destroyer. Then we've got 4 TIE Defenders, a Porax, which is a CIS ship. Can you actually look at it?
Porax 38B.
Can't see it because he's actually in the ship. Okay, so we got that, and then we got 4 X-Wings and a Y-Wing Long Probe, which is not a real Y-Wing. It doesn't actually have many missiles, but it does have 2 laser cannons and a ion cannon turret on it. So it's okay. Combat-wise, it's not really what it's meant to do. And then we have an extra TIE Defender for Gimpy, who is he just uses it to fly around when he needs to go do something by himself. He doesn't need the other ships to do that. So I got that. Let's see. Gotta check the loadout on this thing real quick because I did play around with it off stream, and yeah, I put some ion cannons on this thing, and then I read up on the ion cannons, and they don't do what I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were good for taking down shields, but from what they're described as, are actually meant to slow down ships that are hit by the ion cannons. Just slow them down. I don't know if it actually takes out shields or not, but now we have to actually go back and...
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube where he posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thanks. Okay, so these ion cannons were right along the spine there at the top. We're going back to the quad turbo lasers, plain and simple. Mainly because the ion cannons aren't what I thought they were. So, no, it's not, and I don't know why they changed that. Because ion cannons taking out shields. That's what they're supposed to do. That's the way they work. You know, they hit ships, they take out the shields, they disable the ships. That's what they're supposed to do. But supposedly for this, all they really do is slow down the ship that they hit, which is that really effective against another capital ship? I don't think so, because you still have to get through the shields, and you're compromising firepower to just slow down a capital ship. I guess if you're going after a smaller ship you're trying to catch, that makes sense, but if you're not, but again, I put those on. That's not the default build for the Victory 2. Yeah, there are some of the Republic ships do have ion cannons built into them, and if we ever buy any of those, guess what's going off? It's going to not be there anymore. Okay, now did I do these guys? Now, unfortunately, we can't resupply these fighters on the Victory 2, but he's all set with missiles. Although, do I do this? We want to do...
Guns on.
No, not guns on.
Kill them with all the guns.
No. Inventory, stuff. Global orders, okay. So, automatic resupply, we want that to be high. Now, I don't know how that actually works. Now the question is, do the ships automatically resupply? And I'm not sure which one of these are. And we're all headed in that direction, so we're going this way. Oops. Because we had a big long fight on Saturday. We never actually, yeah, see, we didn't resupply them. So if you do a high preset, oh, that's proton torpedoes for him. We definitely don't want proton torpedoes. These guys, their job is to shoot down other fighters. We want them to have that. Concussion missiles for the TIE Advanced. So what we really need is we need a supply ship to follow us around. That's what we really need. We need a ship that just carries around all the stuff that we need. And I tried to look for one briefly, but I couldn't really find one that was, at least that's what it described as. I'm guessing they do exist. I would almost have to, because you can't actually carry around the Victory 2 can carry around these concussion missiles, and he can share them with these guys, I think. But I'd like to have a ship that just follows them around, does that kind of stuff. EMP, the target speed, right? You hit 1,000 squirrels? You mean acorns. It's acorns, it's not squirrels. 1,000 squirrels would be a lot. He should be good. This guy might be good. So the Porax, this is a heavy fighter. That he's got what, four laser cannons and a missile launcher. Now he's actually, yeah, he's packing the proton torpedoes too. So again, this is the problem. We can't carry proton torpedoes on the Victory 2. Just as a squirrel for me. Well, yeah, it's a squirrel image down at the bottom of the chat window, but it's actually, if you actually click on it, it says acorns, or hover over it, it says acorns, because squirrels eat acorns. Look at all these torpedoes we need. Were they? Internal storage.
Jump completed. Koroleg.
So you can't tell it to resupply. Too bad there's not an order to just tell them to resupply. That'd be nice. I know it's supposed to be automatic, but it doesn't look like they're doing anything for that. Yes, is the squirrel? No, I don't think the squirrel's actually holding an acorn, is he? I think he's just got his paws in front of him. I don't think he's actually holding an acorn. If he is, I got really lucky with that picture. That squirrel's actually a picture my uncle took of a squirrel in his backyard in Colorado. They've got a bunch of squirrels in their backyard. He took that one day. He sent it in when I was up there a couple of years back. Saw the squirrels and stuff running around the backyard, and I go, "You have any pictures of these guys?" Because I tried to get a camera with my tablet with me, but it just didn't zoom in far enough. And he goes, "Actually, I do." And he showed me a bunch of pictures and stuff. I go, "These are actually kind of cool." So I go, "Can you send me this one?" And I went, and he said, "Sure." So, and we use it in the stream now. You'd think a ship like the Victory would be able to resupply its fighters automatically. You would think so. You would think so. But like I said, I think he can supply the concussion missiles to the TIE Advanced, but all the other fighters, they don't use those missiles. They use the torpedoes. I take that back. They could use these, but for some reason we can't resupply them with these. I don't know why. I guess I could try real quick. Let's see. X-Wing. Resupply. So the X-Wing. See, he can't. He's full technically, but I don't think we can actually change that launcher at all. What about you? He's full too.
Jump completed. Rental.
Well, the thing is the Victory can actually repair these ships. He just can't. He doesn't have the stuff that they want because they don't. It doesn't produce the missiles on the ship. So now look, this one's completely out of torpedoes, and then putting the missiles on isn't an option. I wonder if that's because it's actually because the launcher is different. I mean, I want these guys to have torpedoes equipped. I don't want them to be shooting the concussions because these guys are supposed to be assaulting larger ships, that kind of stuff. So now if we upgrade this thing, so weapons. See, we can't replace the launchers. Oh, wait a minute, we're looking at the wrong stuff. Oh, the cannons. So yeah, it's only the one type of launcher. Can a neb? Oh, it's the medical version, but it still has fighter support. It actually can support up to like 10 fighters, I think. So the nebulon can do its job. It can resupply. I don't know if it can repair stuff though. Like, so I could put concussions on this. But again, we don't really want to. We want the torpedoes. And again, the nebulon is it is technically a carrier.
We found something out here.
Although it doesn't look like, can't resupply there because I think it's because the ship's not assigned to that, or the fighter's not assigned to the ship. I think that's how it works. I think. Yeah, torpedoes. Okay, and even though this guy doesn't have missiles and stuff, I think he needs more satellites. I think he's running a little low. The Y-wing goes out and deploys satellites when we get close to areas and that kind of thing that we want satellites in. That's his job. Again, technically not really a combat fighter, but he does okay. He doesn't die yet. Okay, so satellites, he's got 5 and 3. We've got 4 and 8. Okay, so he's good. Maybe Quasar in the future for supply repairs. That's actually not a horrible idea. What's going on here? Got all the fighters. Holy crap. Look at all those fighters. Okay, so now we're just waiting to go over and get all that stuff fixed up. And while that's happening, we can take a look at... There's Coruscant. So, the ships that we've opened up. Because, actually, let's double check. Dock modules, defense stuff. Oh, the admin center's not built yet. Oh, this isn't done yet. Still waiting for this stuff to get built. Oh. So waiting on that. Okay, so he's all getting stuff built here. And this is a going to be defensive platform. You might as well add some stuff in here too. So, add some of these defensive discs. Get this out of the way so we don't have to remember to do it later.
Activating travel drive.
That there. Put it on over there. So is that 5 discs total for defensive platform? I'm sure it'll be fine for now. We can always add more. Okay, so confirm that change. And 2 million to get built. So put that in there. And again, we already have the neutron star there for building stuff, so you're done. Okay, so that's that. Gotta wait for that to get built. Okay, so how much money? We're sitting at 12 million currently. Let's see. Oh, this is our scrap factory. Scrap processing factory. It is actually up and running. And we've got a group of 3 quad jumper tugs. I actually want more of those. Get those from HUD space. Over here. Want 3 more of these guys, I think.
Jump completed. Put.
So there's the tug. It has to specifically say tug at the end. Let's get that. So these are 500,000 each, and we're gonna get 3 of those. And confirm. Okay, so when they're done, we send them over to the scrap factory to do that job. And what does this look like? So that's what it kind of looks like. So we've got solar panels to make sure it has plenty of power, which it does. Wind will be more than enough. And then we've got the scrap processor there at the bottom, and this is the scrap recycler. So the processor processes the scrap into the recycler turns it into stuff. I think that's how that works. Hey, Vukulus, welcome back. And then these are all storage containers. So we've got 4 regular containers. This basically carries or holds all the stuff that the panels are going to produce and what the scrap becomes. And then we have solid containers, and that actually holds the scrap itself. Our Victory, he's doing okay. He's currently getting refitted because I made the mistake of putting ion cannons on it, and they don't operate the way I thought they were going to work. So we're taking them off and putting real guns on. So that's how that's going to work. Anyway, so that's that. And this is what it does. It takes raw scrap, turns into scrap metal, and the scrap metal gets turned into Durasteel plates and module prefabs. This is like free. The module prefab module for stations is like super expensive. To get it this way is like really cheap. Hey Jeff, welcome back. Boss fight.
Tully, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. That's right. I said Tully. Unlike Gimpy, I know the difference between Tubby and Tully.
And Jeff, once again, that house is not where I live. We're not that hot today. We're only at gonna hit like 92, 93 today. So not even close to 100. Okay, so this thing, and we got drones. Gonna need more drones probably. Get that going. Anyway, so this is our scraps processing unit factory. Which again, the module prefabs, these will come in handy for different things. They sell pretty well. So, scrapyard. And then we can actually see scrap. So we can even see how much scrap is currently coming inbound on the tugs that we already have. So those are 6-7 minutes out, I think. I think that's what those numbers are. Okay, so that. So the factory, we're going to be signing the tugs to this thing once they're built. Oh, they're already done. So our brand new tugs are going up here to scrap processing, so we can just, process more scrap faster. There we go. And this, let me see that. And this factory is a docking platform. Oh, building the pier as well, looks like. Or is it the... No, it's the same timer. Okay. So waiting for this docking platform to be built. Once this is built, we have to throw a manager in there and then assign some ships and stuff to the station too, which is where it can cost us a little bit of money, which means we need to check to see how much money these guys have actually made so far. So, you... Wow, he's already at 2 million. This thing, it doesn't do anything other than produce solar. Except the estimate, and that means it said space station basically has no real operating cost. It says do that, and all the excess money goes into our account. Yay. It's the bash. This is a station up in the capital system of the empire, and he's at 7 million, so we take half of that, roughly, because he doesn't need it. And Mandalore. So he's at 6 million. We take half of that, roughly. Do that. And this is a defensive platform over in Imperial space. It is not making... Oh, that's right, because it's actually using the estimate, too. And it actually doesn't make that much money, it looks like. His logbook. 3 minutes ago. Okay, so he's making 100 grand on a regular basis. Every few minutes, it looks like. Well, maybe not that much. 3 minutes, 16, 19. Yeah, so it varies. But he's making respectable money for just producing energy cells. And then Scout's Playground. This is our station in New Republic space.
Hello there. Hello there.
And at 5 million, so we take half of that roughly. And so we're up to 23 million now. Good job, Sniper. What did you do? Oh, you survived against a cybernetic zealot. The way to push everybody in front of you. Good job. The Empire owns the Quasar and Rebels before the Rebels get it. Is that the same here, or do the Rebels have it? It's an Imperial ship. It's not a... as far as I know, it's not a ship that the Rebels produce. That was a stolen ship, so it's not a ship they actually produce. The Empire actually produces them. What am I building next? We're trying to get our this Denon factory here. This factory in Denon. This is going to be our second defensive platform for the New Republic, which will get us access to the B-Wings and some of the Mon Calamari ships and stuff like that. So once that's built, then we'll decide what we're going to do. And now we need a manager. That's what the little red exclamation point means. So we grab a manager off of the Heraclon here. It should have somebody capable. Okay, not Marine, service crew. So one of these guys. Kate, management, 2 stars. We don't really need anybody special, I don't think. 2 stars might be enough. So Kate it is. So you can work somewhere else for me. I'm going to work up here as the manager. There we go. Hashtag Moncall. Okay, so this thing is now not quite up and running. We have to wait for it to have this admin center. Once this is built, we'll fulfill the requirements to get access to the B-Wings and some Mon Calamari ships, which I may or may not be buying. I don't know yet. We'll see. But anyway, so we got that. And in the meantime, we're going to need to buy a couple of transports to help out this station. And we'll buy those over at Kuat, because they've got probably the best inexpensive freighters available. Come on. So medium size Gazanti Imperial Armed Transports. They run about 2 million each. 2.2. Okay, so we're going to buy 2 of these. And go. And those will be both assigned to this Denon factory. One will be a freighter, and the other one will be go out and buy parts for building stuff. Building stuff on the station. If you were to buy a Mon Calamari ship, which one would you buy? Depends on which one I can afford. Because the torpedo cruiser, you want to see what this thing looks like built. We can't see what it's built out yet because we can't buy it itself. But it's supposed to be a missile cruiser, right? Sort of, or a torpedo cruiser. So we'll see how much that actually means. It can't carry a couple of fighters on it, up to 10. It's got 2 small docks, so that's fine. So it's it'd be interesting to see how many launchers it has. Will actually get us access to dreadnoughts too. Dreadnoughts, not the... they're fine ships for what they're relatively inexpensive for what they are. They're fairly tanky, and they carry kind of a good punch. And he actually has docks too. So anyway, those are the small ships, or the large ships. As far as these guys go, oh shit, auto saving. Just a second. for a minute or so. Okay, Mickey's still in the, he's closer to the door. So that's Mickey, lower right hand corner there, sleeping away. Give your see a run for this money with fighter support. Well, actually, was it yesterday? Yesterday, actually ran into a hostile dreadnought yesterday that didn't have any friends, no fighters, no nothing. So it was just the Star Destroyer, the freighter, or not the freighter, the nebulon-b, and the fighter support for on our sides, and we kicked the crap out of him. I mean, granted, he was outgunned and everything, but it was it looked like it was close for a little bit because basically I sent the fighters in first, right? And so it was X-wings and TIE defenders, so they were just flying around them, doing their thing, that kind of thing. Not really doing much, right? Because you can watch the shields and the hull and stuff on the ship you're going after, and you can see little dings here and there, but nothing significant, right? And this was just giving the time for the Star Destroyer to get closer, and as he got into gun range for both ships, the Dreadnought totally ignored the fighters at that point. He was just focusing on the Star Destroyer, and they were just shooting each other back and forth. And the shields on the Dreadnought were dropping faster than on the Victory, and so at about 40% or so, it's like, okay, we got this fight, no problem, for his 40% on shields, and all of a sudden, boom, it was dead. And it's like, what the hell? What the hell happened? And I didn't record it, so I didn't really see what was happening. But the only thing that makes sense to me is because the Dreadnought was focused on the Victory instead of the fighters anymore. The fighters actually had time to get all their missiles off, and that's what we were starting at the beginning of the stream. We were sending all the fighters to get all their missiles back because a lot of them were empty. I think two or three of the X-wings had no more missiles, and I think 2 or 3 of the defenders also had no more missiles either. It was the torpedoes that killed it, because the torpedoes ignore shields, and the thing was at like 40% shields, 100% hull, and all of a sudden it was boom, dead. Because it had all the fighters beating the crap out of it at the same time with all the torpedoes coming in. So yeah, that's how that happens. So now, to answer the question, if I were to get a bigger Mon Calamari ship, it would be the Liberty. It's not the... It's not equal to a Star Destroyer, an Imperial Star Destroyer, but I just like the general look of the ship. It just looks appropriate for the Mon Calamari people and that kind of stuff. It's a decent looking ship as far as... I like the way it has the wings and the blisters everywhere, and it's not a bad ship. It really isn't. Once we see all the guns and stuff on it, it'll be fine. So anyway, to answer your question, if I were to buy one ship, it would probably be this one. Okay. Why not some smaller ones? Well, he asked if I could buy one, which one would it be? It was a one question. It wasn't which ones, it was which one. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't a question of which one are you buying next. It was if you could get one, which one would it? Dum dum. Ions worked the way they were supposed to. That thing would give the Victory a fight. Probably. Although the Victory can carry more fighters. Oh, not this. Hey, Gray, welcome back. Hey, Veronica, who is your favorite pet?
Not Scout.
There we go.
She walks around here like she owns the place, and we all know I own this place. Hashtag not my cat.
Unfortunately, there's no dermatologist out in space for spaceships, Gray.
It's that time
Otherwise
again.
we would.
Drink some water to keep that brain moist.
Okay, so we're set here. Let's see. Let's go down towards Corellia for now, I guess. Actually, let's make sure we've got everything he needs. Okay, so this is the Victory. 16 subordinates. One of those is the frigate. So ion cannons are gone, so that's fine. Drones, so we're full of missiles at 200. Okay. So you know what? It doesn't tell you how many fighters this thing can support, does it? Dock ships. Okay, 15 or 24. So it can support up to 24 fighters, so no problem. Scout? Scout was not seen in the past 24 hours, by the way. She's now on a one-day streak of not being seen. So, yay. Hashtag not my cat. Up there. Okay, so the transports. Hold position. So you're going up to the factory, and you're going to do build storage. And then you're going to do the trade and beta group. Okay, so that's set. So it's building all the docking stuff. Okay. Okay, so where should we go next? Typically, if we want fun and adventure, we go down to this area. These 4 systems right here are usually where a little bit of action is. So we're going to go check this one out first and see what they got. So these are our 2 new stations. It's the solar plant, and then this one's being built now. Let's go fly down there. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so how close are you to the Mandalorian battleship? Oh, not by a long shot on that one. Can you influence the speed at which the space station is built? How so? By delivering stuff to it so it builds faster? The only way you can influence it is providing the materials they need. The actual time is time. You can't speed that up. Each type of module has a specific time to be built. Smaller ones take less time, larger ones take more time. It's that simple. That's how it works. The only thing you can influence is how quickly do those materials get to the station in order for it to be built. It's the only thing you can influence. But once the materials are there, the build time is set in stone. As far as I know, I don't think there's any way to increase that. Look, we're flying.
Victory 2 Star Destroyer.
Dun, dun. Pay workers more or hire more droids. And that's not a thing. I don't think that's a thing. Hey, we're up to 20 million. Still, after buying those 2 freighters, which were 2 million each. Not bad. So, inactive missions, what are these? That's right, the bounty, we're still working on that. What's this mission? So, restock cargo drones, can't do much about that, that just takes time. Subsort, what does this one want? Scientists assist to help in buying of resources and selling of products. But you hear that already? We have that already. Why is he complaining about this? He's already got stuff. He's got a trader and he's doing auto trade, and this one's doing transport stuff. I guess we could assign him to Alpha. Because we're not really building anything on that
Jump
station now.
completed.
At least I don't think so.
Commodore. Jump beacon.
Nope,
Put.
he's built out. And that's our scrap station. Scrap processing station. And now it has raw scrap. Oh, look it. We got 5 shit. Look at all the scrap that's coming back. It's gonna get processed and made into stuff. So 5 out of the 6 tugs are busy. That's good. That's what we wanted. That's why we bought 3 more. So raw scrap, scrap metal, stuff. So storage type is solid. We can. I've got lots of space. It looks like. Automatic pricing. Sell offer. Sell all but 200,000. Okay, I can accept. I'll sell all but 200,000 of it. It's a lot of scrap. So we'll buy scrap, but we just won't sell it because we want to process the scrap into the prefabs and durasteel that we can actually sell. You can see the cool if you could add the Chimera scene on the hull of Victory 2, but the Chimera was a Victory 1. I think, wasn't it? I think it was a Victory 1. Look, we're cruising through space. Again, can't do much about the cargo stuff, cargo drones. Store cargo drones for your station, blah blah blah. These drones can be used to handle wires efficiently. Yes, they are, but it takes forever for them to get built.
Jump completed. Trelling.
It would still be cool. It'd still be cool. Yeah, I don't think it's in the plans though. Hey, we're almost there. No, we're not. Still got a few more jumps. Again, we're waiting for this. Not you guys. So dock modules. Okay, so defense module. This is the admin center. Once this is built, so in roughly a little under 13 minutes. 13 minutes. We'll have our second platform built, and that'll give us access to the Montgomery stuff and the B-Wings. As soon as it's done, 13 minutes away. So we have to find something to do in the meantime. Which is what we're doing. How much money? We have 20 million. So question, what should I buy next? I think we're end up buying probably a Dreadnought as a support ship. Maybe. Should we go Dreadnought or should we do something else? As far as Imperial stuff goes. Oh, I guess we should look at the Quasar. So this is the Quasar.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyNe. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Happy Tuesday. What do I have access to? Large size stuff? Oh, the 545 actually is 546. This thing is actually, I think, what I want. I'm not sure if it's better than a Dreadnought though. Looks like it's comparable maybe. This thing might be comparable to a Dreadnought. We'll have to compare stats once we can see all the Dreadnought stuff. So we have access to this thing. 2 small docks, 10 fighter capacity, or small ship capacity. Decent guns. So I got that one. Got mobilizer. 21 million. The downside is got these well projectors. I don't know how useful those are here. So I don't know how useful this ship will be. Imperial light cruiser. This is basically just a smaller version of that first ship we were just looking at. This is Narco-10s actually, without the fighters, or maybe it is with the fighters. It's got 2 small docks. So again, this is just a smaller ship. Smaller, large ship. And we just look at the Quasar. Or actually, we didn't really look at it. So the Quasar can hold up to 24 fighters. It's got 8 docks. Now, as far as resupplying stuff, I don't know how that works. Consumables. I don't think he can resupply because he doesn't have missiles and stuff. So I don't know how he can resupply stuff. But anyway, up the Quasar. And Victory 2 right now. So Victory 2 with 24 fighters. So price comparisons, 25 million for this. No fighters though. I think he's the biggest, most expensive available out of the large size, I think, at least for the Empire. And I got a builder, we don't care that. These are minor stuff, and acclimator transport ship. So this is basically just a freighter, although it can carry up to 12 fighters to support it, to protect it. So again, this is actually not a bad combat ship, it's just not a good one. But it's a nice, it could actually be considered a good support ship because of the quad laser cannons it has for shooting down fighters, and then of course it's fighter support itself. As far as deploys, yeah, it doesn't do missiles either. So you have that. And unfortunately for extra larges, we only have the 2. We got the Imperial 1 for the low price of 66.5 million. Up to 60 fighters. And Imperial 2, this is the one we're shooting for eventually. At 77 million. That's cheaper than I remember. But that's no fighters on it. Again, another 60. Figure this is another minimum 30 million. If you fill it with all the crappy TIE fighters, it's another 30 million. If you fill it with good stuff, figure another 60 million. So, Quasar should be able to resupply, repair it, literally carrier. I know it. Well, the supply issue, though, I don't know how that works. Because look, this thing. See, this one doesn't carry any missiles either. And it's got cargo space, but you can't. You don't usually buy missiles on the market. They're not for sale. You have to buy them through, putting them on the ships themselves. You can't just buy them and ship them around. Now, supposedly, there's one of these guys that's supposed to be like a support ship, but I don't know where to get those exactly. I have an idea, but I don't want to build up my reputation just to get that one particular ship. Have we arrived? Not quite. What, the big ring ship? Yeah, it's one of the bigger ships. It's not huge, but it's huge. Does that make sense? No. Okay, so we're a little under 6 minutes left. Any missions are where we are. Turn to normal order. Steady trigger finger required. What's this for? Oh, killing mines.
You did it wrong. This is how you do it. Warg. Please excuse me. That was embarrassing. I meant to say. Jag.
You want to go there? I think we do. Okay, so we're going to take control because autopilot.
Autopilot engaged.
Oh shit, I forgot to turn that off. That message should not be there anymore. Nobody noticed that yesterday, huh? Maybe it didn't come up. Are we moving? It's charging. It's autopilot.
Autopilot disengaged.
Here, engage the afterburners and get in there. That's our frigate that's in the way. I don't know how he gets in front of us. He's supposed to be behind us. He bumped it. Well, we're bumping him. Get out of my way. We'll get there someday. Almost there. It's so slow, so fast. It's just so fast. Hi, autosave. Oh, I gotta check on those freighters. Have they been built yet? Or were they? Yeah, I think they were built, weren't they? Or were they? Shit. Anybody remember if those freighters were built yet? I don't think so. Yeah, they were. Yeah, we'll check when this autosave's done. Anyway. So we're headed to doing a mission. We'll see how this goes. Supposed to be supporting the New Republic on their border.
Jump completed.
Bad things can happen, just so you know. Bad things.
Autopilot engaged.
There we go. Okay, so we have some freighters. Nope, they've been taken care of. Okay, we're good. 2.5 minutes left on the defense module being built. And we can look at the New Republic stuff some more. Scrap. All 6 tugs are bringing stuff in. So you guys and tugs are delivering salvage. Delivering salvage. So they're in the system, they just haven't delivered yet.
Jump completed. Chardon.
1 minute left. Okay.
Comms channel open.
Why? Comms channel is open. Why? Is that you flying by us? Probably. Okay, so this is where we're headed. Gotta go talk to somebody in there and they'll tell us what to do next. Leave us a little farther out, would you?
Defense platform.
Hey, Asmodeus, welcome back. Big difference? Yes. Little difference. We're making a progression. We started off with the YT-1300, then we moved up to the nebulon-b, and now we've moved up to the Victory 2. Nebulon-b is still behind us, escorting us, and the YT-1300 is working for one of the stations as a freighter. So, yeah, a little bit of a difference. Could actually bring the 1300 and plug it in to this thing underneath, but we don't really need to. Well, they're watching you were in the Razor Crest. Oh, that was version 0.5 of the mod. Yeah, that one we started off in the Razor Crest, then we went to the YT-1300 in that run. But yeah, that was the 0.5 version of the mod. This is 0.6 plus. I thought about starting off in the Razor Crest again, but I figured, let's start off in the YT-1300. It's just a generally better ship. Well, of course it is. It's a bigger ship, and it doesn't. Although I don't think it has much as firepower as the Razor Crest. I think. Oh, autopilots.
Defense platform.
Can I teleport over that too? I can. So, our panel for getting off the ship is broken once we're docked, but we can just teleport over and do this kind of stuff. They bump into each other? Yeah, it's outside of my control. Okay, support the New Republic. So we're currently in Lorna and en route to Charlotte and whatever. So support the patrol dreadnought.
Good luck out there.
But if you said that, I think you did. The Razor Crest having more firepower than the YT-30 makes sense. It was configured for bounty hunting, while the YT is a small freighter. Right. But the thing is the Razor Crest is classified as a small ship, and the YT-1300 is a medium size. And it actually only has, the Razor Crest only has 2 laser cannons on it, but I think they're fairly hard hitting. And it has 1 missile launcher, which the YT-1300 has the 2 turrets, missile launcher, and then you can actually upgrade it to have an additional forward firing laser too, but it doesn't hit as hard as the Razor Crest does. Punch it, Chewie. No, you don't punch it, Chewie. You rip its arms off, Chewie. Okay, so this guy is... What? Why isn't it telling me to go way over there? Support the raid in Chardan. That's where we are right now. The ship we're supposed to be supporting is way up here for whatever reason. But we're in the right sector, so... Again, the dreadnought we're supposed to be supporting for whatever reason is up there. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm still mad at Disney for erasing all the books, especially the Injury and Long Invasion storyline. I could do without the Long Invasion storyline. I never really liked those books. Clear his orders. So, we don't actually have to do anything. I think we just sit here and we can wait. Because that dreadnought is not in any real danger out there. Getting taken out by a moon better than how Sam went out in the movie? What, getting killed by his own son? Spoiler alert. I don't know. I think the whole Chewie there standing on a planet screaming at the moon that's coming in was kind of stupid. That was stupid. Hey, Desperator, welcome back. But yeah, the way they killed Chewie, I thought that was stupid. I thought it was just so dumb because it was pointless. I mean, Hans wasn't much better, but at least his own son killed him. I mean, that was a little different. And getting killed by a moon? It is what it is, and it just... I don't know. How many times does somebody die in a movie that you're actually happy the way they died? It's not very common. I mean... Some people just die for no reasons. I mean, just poor reasons. Or just a dumb way that they die in general. I mean, it's just, you know. Is there a good way to kill somebody off? Yes. But most of the time it's not done that way, for whatever reason. Okay, so again, we're just sitting around waiting. Because there's nothing really going on here. Now the system we're in. See, now if we really were brave, we'd fly down here. This is where the Imperial Ascendancy is, with a nice little defensive platform. And a few ships. They got a Pro Crusader there. That would be bad. That's much bigger than a Victory 2. They got 2 of them. Are they moving forward? They're moving forward. Holy shit. If you yell at the moon, it'll change course. Yes, of course it will. Especially if you raise your arms and shake them. And if your arms are really hairy, it's probably much better. Anyway, so why am I saving? Because the Pro Crusaders in their little fighter support are coming up this way. Question is, can they take on this weapon platform that we're sitting at? Come on, saving game. I've got a patrol dreadnought coming in at least. These Pro Crusaders, if they're coming this way, they're going to fly right through this area.
Have you hydrated lately? If not, you really should.
Okay, yeah, we can see this stuff because they're within our satellite range. Stay and help the defense. That's what I'm trying to do. Anakin's last stand was epic enough. Did the tail move? I don't believe you, Jeff. It might have moved. Oh shit, that thing's right here, isn't it? No, that's a station. Never mind. We're safe still. So there's the weapons platform. So we don't get too far away from that. If they come in, they should be going to try to kill that thing. Will they be able to? I don't know.
You've had it now. Is that the best you can do?
What's going on? What are they doing? Ah, we have a little fighter flying around. It's a universal trader. Trying to... Oh, look, it's Rocket. Yeah, so we're definitely not going down there. They got a cruisers, a couple of cruisers. The Pro Crusaders, those things are huge, I think, if I remember right. Can we look at them from here?
Pro Crusader Star Destroyer.
So that's that thing. We do not want to face these things. These things are, I think, bigger than the Imperials. Or at least they have more guns, because I don't... Yeah, these guys don't really carry fighters. These guys are gunships. We do not want to fight these. We need more guns. Bigger guns. Meanwhile, here they come. Dum dum. So if they're coming this way, they're taking their sweet time. They're moving really slow. Yeah, they're not doing travel speed for whatever reason. But looks like they're coming this way at least. Maybe. So there's something going on there. So again, not really, not being real aggressive for whatever reason. I mean, they definitely have us outgunned, based on what we see at least. Now, something got wrecked there. Besides the defense platform on your side, what else is there? There is, that we can see, a dreadnought group. He's got a little, he's got a Corellian Corvette escorting him. And there's a Pelta floating around somewhere too. That's where he is. They were probably a construction vessel doing something around here. So to answer your question, not much. Looks like we've got another Pelta 2, might be the same one. See, it's all dependent on the station.
Victory 2 Star Destroyer.
How strong that station is, I don't know. The stations usually
Defense platform.
defense platforms usually put up a decent fight, but I don't know what they'll do against the Pro Crusaders. Those things are beasts. How big of a beast? Well, we can. Oh, that's right. We're not able to buy the Pro Crusaders because those are actually not available from the Empire. The Imperial Ascendancy has access to them, but the Empire doesn't. And I don't know where their shipyard is. Oh, there it is. I can't buy ships from them because they hate my guts. Better if it was a Golan 2 or 3 defense platform instead of what it is. Well, the Golans aren't actually in this, so. Looks like there's fun happening here. TIE fighters, TIE fighters. Still a lot of TIE fighters. They've got us a little outgun there. So Pro Crusaders are still hanging back, it looks like. We can't see where they are, but they're right around there in the middle of the screen because that's where the TIEs are going back to. And we're just hanging around to patrol, can finish our patrol because I have no intention of engaging those Star Destroyers. Just so everybody's clear, I have no intention of engaging them. They can come up here and fight the defense platform, but I have no intention of fighting them directly. Now there's a platform here. Oh no, that's ours. Why is it orange? Oh, because that's where their mission's coming from. Never mind. I'm not driving this thing, am I? Nope.
Victory 2 Star Destroyer.
Takes out the pros, you could fight the station they own. Not usually. So it takes out the pros, you could fight the station. The thing is if this defensive platform takes out the Pro Crusaders, their defensive platform is going to take me out. Just, you know, just remember that, because usually defense platforms are pretty similar. So TIE fighters have retreated from that area, it looks like. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to take that thing on. That's defensive platforms are pretty tough for one ship to take on. Usually. Okay, so while we're waiting, because it doesn't look like they're going to push forward anytime soon, so we'll just sit there and wait. In the meantime, our second defense platform should be done, which means we should be able to look at stuff like small B-Wings. So, B-Wings. Base price, 470,000. Fully loaded. 2.4 million roughly. 2.4 million for a B-Wing. To put that in perspective, a X-Wing is about 1.3, 1.4 million. TIE Defender is about 1.4. So it's about $1 million more than a TIE Defender. It's got 3 laser cannons, 3 light ion cannons, and 3 proton torpedo launchers. 3 of them. So, consumables. How many torpedoes does it have? 18 torpedoes. 18 medium proton torpedoes. So to put that in perspective too is the X-Wings and the TIE Defenders use light proton torpedoes, so these things hit even harder. So this is a real bomber. Hull 19,000, shields 14,000. So compare that to an X-Wing. Oh, sorry, 1.5 million, whatever. So 8.5 and 7.5 on the hull and shields. So about double. Essentially, yeah. Well, it's a heavy bomber, so that's what it does. It kills stuff, and it's expensive. So now the question is, how many do I want? I want 4. Oh, sorry, I did that. So buy up to 9, but we only want 4 for now. 9.5 million for 4 of them. So that'll give us a little bit more punch. Okay, so that's the B-Wing. Now, as far as I think that was the only small ship we didn't have access to. So we're all set there. Medium-sized ships. I think we already had access to all these guys. Yeah, we had access to all those already. There's a lot of beeping going on. We're almost done with our patrol. Oh look, it's Rocket laying in front of the camera, sort of kind of with his tongue sticking out somewhat. Okay, so that's the small stuff. Bigger stuff. So large ships. We get access to all the large ships now. So we can get Dreadnought, full built, 20.9, almost 21 million for that. It's got 14 dual laser turrets, which are kind of anti-fighter-ish. 20 large turbo lasers and 6 dual turbo lasers. Those are medium size. This is a those are smalls. This is a medium size. So it's a long range turbo laser. It looks like. I think that's what the LR means. 20 of those. So this thing can put up a pretty decent fight. Also carries up to 10 fighters in it, or with it. It's not bad. Dreadnought's not bad ships. Hull 75, yeah, so definitely put up a good fight. This is the light cruiser MC-40A. 25 million for this one. So 5 heavy turbo lasers, 6 dual laser turrets, 2 ion cannons, and 2 concussion missile launchers. That's that. Then the 40B. This is the torpedo launcher version. So 5 heavy turbo lasers, 8 dual lasers, and 2 heavy proton torpedo launchers. How many does it have of those? 50. It's 50 torpedoes. Heavy proton torpedoes. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Crow Crusaders are still back there, but the ties are coming in.
I've got you now.
You can't scare me.
Oh, our patrol is over.
I'll make sure you regret that.
Are you having a laugh?
TIE advanced.
Want some more, do you?
Get spiced. I'm not scared of you.
Nebulon-b escort frigate.
We're not. They're somewhat hostile to us, but not kill on sight.
This is too much.
Get lost.
Are you serious?
That was a bad move.
Okay, so
Was that your best shot?
we should help.
Not good. You're in for it.
Come on.
Was that your best shot?
Serious mistake.
You won't be able to hold out against us.
You're finished.
Please, no.
Slow down.
Try to capture one of the pros using a fighter. That's no ways that's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Just so you know, that's not gonna happen.
That's barely.
What a pilot you are.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
That could be your last mistake.
Victory 2 Star Destroyer.
Kill stuff. Try to kill stuff.
Go away.
TIE Striker.
Stop. Stop. You won't get far shooting like that.
He just got out of range there, or he died? He might have died.
You won't let.
Serious mistake.
So we're just playing defense behind the station right now, just so we're all clear. We don't really want to be on the other side of that thing yet.
Dreadnought class cruiser.
And some
Victory 2 Star Destroyer.
precision shooting there, I think. Maybe not.
That was a really silly thing to do.
We're not shooting the neutron. Yeah, he's attacking a TIE fighter, but it looks like he's shooting the, the dreadnought.
Dreadnought class cruiser.
Don't think we're hitting the
Hey,
right
bag
thing
of
there.
water. Stretch your legs. You have been sitting
Oh.
in one spot for far too long.
We've been shooting the wrong thing. For some reason, we were shooting the dreadnought. I don't know why.
Something out here.
Open comms.
Requesting immediate backup.
No idea why we're shooting at the dreadnought.
You won't last long. That was not smart.
This should be like wanting a space fly.
That was not good. It's dead. Well, it's a wreck. Again, I don't know why we were shooting at the dreadnought. I really don't. We're supposed to be shooting a TIE fighter, not a dreadnought. There's a pretty big difference there.
Requesting immediate backup.
Victory 2, Star Destroyer.
Oh shit, we're all kinds of beat up.
You for that.
You don't stand a chance. Sit rep.
Sit rep is we need to get the hell out of here.
Oh, damn it.
Supposed to be getting out of
Off
here.
my radar.
I'm not even sure it was shooting at us.
Imperial Light Cruiser. Victory 2, Star Destroyer.
Why are we waiting for drones? Why are we just leaving? God damn it, the stupid pilot is so friggin' pain in the ass.
You're just asking for it.
Oh, critical.
We're gonna die.
You won't get more shooting like that. I've got you now.
We're not even shooting in the right space soon. They're gonna die.
Ejecting.
Okay.
Explosion imminent. Emergency eject successful.
Okay, so reloading. Because that was all messed up. I don't know what happened. Yeah, 20 minutes in the past, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just stop it suggesting stuff? No, that was all kinds of I don't know why we were shooting at the dreadnought. I have no idea why we're shooting him. We were supposed to be shooting at a fighter, not the dreadnought. So I don't know what the hell was going on there. You're the reason I lost it? No, you're not. The reason we lost it is because our captain is too slow to... I don't know why they take time to recall the drones. It says recalling drones, but I'm not sure if that means fighters or... I don't know why drones would have been out during combat, so... Friendly fire is possible. All shots that miss the target. Yeah, that's what I think might have happened. But it wasn't a misclick. I know, it could have been a misclick, but I don't think so. It could have been. That's what I get for clicking on the map instead of the little screen that comes up on the left. Instead of picking individual targets off of there. That might have been going better. Anyway, shit happens. Shit happens. I blame Vukrul's. It's all his fault. Him and his tea. It's probably where he is. See, if Vukrul's was here, he would have seen that. He would have told me what to do. Anyway. Meanwhile, the dogs. Oh, Rocket's missing. Mickey's still there where he's supposed to be. I don't know why he sleeps there. Because when Mrs. Gimpy comes home, it's a boof right in the nose. They need more loading screen art because it gets to this one too fast. And then we just sit here and stare at it for a while. But again, they need more because it takes too long to load stuff. So, what are we going to do? I guess now the question is what are we're going back in time, so the Pro Crusaders going to do the same thing, or are they going to sit back some more? I don't know. And there was 2 dreadnoughts there for the New Republic. That's not near enough to take on those Pro Crusaders. I don't think 2 of them is enough to take on one of them. The fight was a bad idea. Yeah, I should have left as soon as I saw them coming closer. I just should have said screw it. Just backed off towards the gate instead. Which we might do when this is done. Yeah, the 2 dreadnoughts can't take down a Pro Crusader by themselves now. I don't think so, at least. They might put up a good fight, but I don't think they can take it down. Yeah, the guns on the thing is too big, I think. So now the real question is where do we find those? Because Empire doesn't have them. The biggest ship they have is the Imperial 2. Kuat might have. Kuat Drive Yards might have stuff. Maybe. I'll have to take a look, see what they actually build. Station as well, but if you stick around maybe after the fighters are done, see how the fight is going a little later, you might get some salvage or to sneak in at the station just to hold its own. I could just, stay out of the fight entirely, just salvage everything or scavenge, get the scrap afterwards. But again, it's up to the New Republic. I mean, they've the problem is they're fighting, I think, at least on 3 fronts right now. They're fighting the Mandalorians, they're fighting the Empire, and then they're fighting the Imperial Ascendancy a little bit. But they don't seem to be devoting a lot of resources down here to the south. For a couple of streams back, they were sending a lot of ships to the Mandalorian border for whatever reason. They do when you could get the Pro? No, that's not how it works. The only way you can get you have to get the crews to abandon ship. That's really hard to do on a capital ship. Because they're so big. Because the whole trick is you have to get the crew to panic and they all just jump off. And then you can claim the ship. The problem is getting them to jump off. Because the ship is so big, you have to hit them really hard, really quickly in order to scare the crap out of the crew. And again, it's really hard to do on the big ships. It's easier to get the smaller ships for the crews to abandon ship. But the bigger the ship gets, the harder it is for them to abandon ship. Now you can send over Marines to assault the ships, but we don't have any craft to do that currently. We'd have to invest in some like Lambda shuttles, those kind of guys, load them up with Marines and have them go and do that thing. However, you still have to send over enough Marines to deal with the Marines that are on the ship. And you're talking probably minimum of 50 Marines on a size that ship that size. I'm going to go with probably a couple of hundred. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know how many Marines we have on the... We can see how many Marines we have on the Victory too. Actually, we could even do go see how many how big the crew is on an Imperial 2, and that'll give us a good idea how many Marines will be on the Pro Crusader, because we just have to go with more. So maybe we can, another capsule cup would be good, like a Dread or a Quasar or another ship. I'm not real big on the Quasars, because with the Quasar you have to invest in fighters. So Quasars are great little carriers, but that's not really what I'm looking for at this point. Because you can get plenty of fighters in using just Dreadnoughts and Imperial 2s and those guys. Like the Imperial 2 does 24, the Nebulon does 10, the Dreadnought does 10. So you can get enough fighters coming into a fight based on the smaller ships. You don't really need a Quasar. Like I said, I'd rather bring in two Dreadnoughts than a Dreadnought and a Quasar.
Hello there.
Because, you know, guns. Okay, so... So they may not do the exact same thing. Maybe. Oh, we're going to look at the Kuat drive yards and see what they build as far as big ships go. Let's run. Actually, take a look, see what these guys are too. I think this is a New Republic station, though. It's technically part of the New Republic. Yeah, this is a crappy one. Crappy station. Dreadnoughts. Oh, Scrapper. Compactor. What does that thing do? Doing laser cannon turrets. So, what does this thing actually do?
You don't stand a chance.
Talk big, but can you deliver?
It's got repair drones. Building drones. What's a building drone good for? A compactor. I don't know what this ship is supposed to do. For almost 8 million. Oh, might have to recruit the B-Wings? Probably. We'll take a look at that in a second. What the hell does this thing do, though?
Your space debris. Don't bother me. You'll have to do better than that. So you want some more then, do you?
Yeah, I have to recruit the B-Wings. They're not being built. So... B-Wings. We want 4 of you. I didn't even see how long they would take to build. 9.6 million.
That wasn't your best move.
Yeah, it's a salvage rig ship, but I'm wondering how it actually works. Okay, B-Wings done in 3 minutes.
Your space debris.
So who are they talking to? Oh, this little freighter that's trying to get through. Worth investing in salvage ships? Oh yeah, I already am. Maybe building drones to construct broken hulls? Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly how it works. So, looks like they're starting to push up again.
You don't stand a chance. Don't bother me.
So there's a light cruiser, there's some ties. There's a dreadnought. Helped us. Okay. So, we still have a couple minutes. Okay, we're going to look at Kuat as far as your big ships are. Star Destroyer 1 carrier, MC-75, MC. So, nothing we can't get already. Except maybe that thing, which we don't want. So, So Imperial Star Destroyer at 60. So he's just got a bigger complement of fighters. So what I could do is this one. What's the freighter? Compactor. We could just build it and see what it does. Yeah, sure. It's only money. We can make more. Are they pushing forward is the question. They are. It's not the question anymore. They are pushing forward. There's a construction vessel here for whatever reason. It's only TIE fighters so far that we can see. And we're waiting for our patrol time to run out there. Check the boarding party needed for the pro. Oh, that's right. Well, it's going to be a guesstimation anyway. Oh, these are marked as carriers too. Funny. Okay, so crew 213 Marines. 213 Marines. That's for an Imperial 2, so figure a Pro Crusader is going to be at least that. Probably closer to 3. Depending on how big their crew is, which we don't know. So figure, I'm going to go with 300 Marines minimum. That's a lot of shuttles, because the shuttles only can carry basically like 10 Marines each. So 253. I'm going to guessing at least 300. Would be my guess. That's a lot of shuttles. Yep, that's a lot of shuttles. Coming from, I'm watching for the Pro Crusader. So there's the Dreadnought still. Is the troop transports but bigger? There's no real troop transports. Now you can have your ships like do your capital ships and stuff. I think you can have them set to board stuff, but I don't know how that works. I don't know how you board one capital ship with another. So I haven't had that done. I haven't done that yet, so I don't know how it would actually work. Okay, both dreadnoughts are here now. You got the light cruisers in there too, for them. They're sitting back though. So I'd love to be able to support them with fighter support, but there's so many TIE fighters out there. It's crazy.
Hey Gimpy, it is time to take a break.
No! It can't be time for a break yet.
Your next break is in 2 hours.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll save here and then pause the game and come back after break and see how it goes. Yes, break has been declared. I must listen to Veronica, otherwise she gets pissy. Plus I need water. So, just waiting for the save to go, or stop, or do its thing, and then I'm going to pause the game, and we'll continue on when I get back. Interesting, interesting. Pro Crusaders still haven't come up yet, but there's a lot of fighters. Must always listen. Oh, of course you have to listen to Veronica. If you don't listen to Veronica, bad things happen to you in your life. It's true. Poor Mickey, all by himself. Rocket, I have a feeling, is to the left of the camera. That's usually where he is. Pause for pause. Okay, so I'm going to be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching, and enjoy the dog video.